Sometimes in life, things don't go the way we planned. We pray, we hope, and we wait, but nothing seems to change. In those moments, it's easy to feel abandoned and hopeless. But what if the struggles we face are part of a greater plan? What if the setbacks we see as disasters are actually leading us to something far better? Several years ago, off the coast of Florida, there lived a man named Jack. Jack was an avid fisherman who loved the ocean more than anything. One weekend, he decided to take his small boat out for an overnight trip. The sky was clear when he left, but by nightfall, a powerful storm rolled in. The waves roared, the wind howled, and before Jack could make it back to shore, his boat capsized. By some miracle, Jack survived. Exhausted, he clung to a piece of driftwood and was carried by the current until he washed ashore on a small, uninhabited island. When he finally woke up, drenched and trembling, there was no one in sight. Just endless sand, palm trees, and ocean waves. Feeling helpless, Jack fell to his knees and prayed, "Lord, please, send help. Don't let me die out here." But no help came that day. Days turned into weeks. His voice grew hoarse, and his prayers turned into silence. Determined to survive, Jack built a rough shelter out of palm branches and driftwood. He learned to crack coconuts open for water, spearfish for food, and keep himself alive. Nearly 3 weeks passed. He built a small hut, the closest thing to a home he had on that lonely island. One day, after gathering coconuts, Jack returned to see his hut engulfed in flames. A spark from his small fire pit had spread while he was away, and everything he had built was gone. Jack dropped to his knees in despair. "God," he cried. "I begged you for help, and you sent nothing. The only shelter I had, you burned to the ground. Why, God? Why are you punishing me?" That night, he lay in the sand with tears in his eyes, convinced he was going to die there. The next morning, he woke to a loud rumbling sound. He jumped up to see a large Coast Guard ship anchored near the island. Overcome with joy, he waved his arms frantically as rescuers came ashore. Once safely on the ship, Jack asked the captain, "How on earth did you know I was out there?" The captain smiled and said, "We saw the smoke from your signal fire. We figured someone was stranded and came to investigate." Jack stood there stunned. The fire he thought was a curse, the destruction of his only shelter, was actually the very thing that saved his life. Tears filled his eyes as he whispered a prayer of gratitude. He realized God's plan had been working all along, even when he couldn't see it. In our own lives, when things fall apart, it's easy to lose faith. We get frustrated, we question God, and we think He's not listening. But the truth is, He always has a plan. He knows exactly what we need and when we need it. So the next time life feels unfair or your plans don't work out, remember Jack's story.